You're probably thinking I'm a madman for having the same make flashlight again. So many times now I've had a Sofirn on this channel, but I just can't stop because Sofirn can't either. They keep coming out with amazing lights, and this SK1 that we're fixing to go over is so different from everything else that I've ever reviewed and ever looked at. So, you know, I might just review another Sofirn if they keep doing this, because they are doing an amazing job coming out with some different stuff. Been carrying this in the pocket for a couple weeks now. It's not a brand new light, it's been out for a while, but I just wanted to kind of give you my go at it and show you what it's all about. There is an amazing emitter in there. It's got an SFT-25R is what they call that, and it's a round emitter. There it is. Trying to get it focused up on camera for you. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on in the lowest light setting and show you what that looks like. It's listed in the manual as 2 lumen, but they were off a little bit on that. It's going to be more like 20, 15 maybe, 15 to 20 lumen. That is the only thing that I have found that I could say they could have changed and done differently. If they had a true like 2 lumen moonlight mode, then this thing would be perfect. Let's continue going over it. It's got that smooth reflector. It's going to have a really nice throw. It reaches out and throws at a really good distance for something coming out of the pocket in such a small size. It's got this battery indicator on the side. I don't know if you saw it when I had it on earlier, but there's the nice little green light letting you know how your battery's doing when you need to charge. You have the Type-C right behind that port cover, really nice port cover. It's not flying open or anything like that. It's nice and deep. The clip is somewhat of a deep clip carry, but it's comfortable. And I've been carrying it with just that sticking up out of the pocket. It's really nice for retrieval. If it was any deeper, you might have to be fumbling in your pocket a little bit more. As far as the differences are concerned, I've already shown you that nice round emitter there. That is different. That's a new emitter. The other difference is this rotary tail. You have duty mode that we're going to go over. You have lockout mode, and then you have tack mode. We'll go over all these. The other cool feature is this tail switch. It's a double stage, or dual stage I guess you call it. So I just momentarily held it down. It came on in the lowest setting that I've shown you already. To turn this off, you would do the double press or double, feature. You go ahead and go all the way through with the double click, and it'll turn it off. To turn it back on in memory mode at any time, you can just double press through that tail and it'll come on. I had it in this highest mode last night, and that's the mode that it comes back on in. If you want to turn it on in the lowest setting, again, you just simply do the first stage, and then in order to start throttling through your lumen levels, you just hit that first stage and just start lightly tapping it pretty quickly, and it'll go through and you can get it where you need it. If you press all the way through to the second stage, you turn it off. Real simple. You have instant access to the lowest setting, and then you have instant access to memory mode. If that doesn't work for you and you want instant access to turbo, the highest mode, or you want instant access to strobe, then you would come over here and go to tactical mode is what they call it, and the first stage on that tail switch is going to get you to turbo. The second stage is strobe alert, strobe. Pretty cool, because now you can carry this in your pocket if you're going to be wanting to check some, check the wood line, see what's going on, you want to get somebody's attention. Even in the daytime, you've got instant access to 2 really great settings for doing that. For carrying in the pocket and not wanting to accidentally turn it on, you can do it in that tack mode because it's not just going to stay on. You can also put it in this lock mode, and you can have access to the lowest setting, the 15 to 20 lumen, by the first stage, and then second stage is going to get you there as well, and it will not stay on. That's nice. Like I said, if it's in your pocket, you don't want to pull it out of your pocket and realize, oh man, I've had this thing on for 2 hours. That's a great spot to have it in. I usually carry it in that spot. That way I can be achieving the same goal, but also have instant access to a really bright mode. You just don't want to do that if you're going to throw it in a bag or something, because then it could be pressed up against something and then it's on in the highest mode. You're going to be burning something up. Whereas if you're throwing it down in a bag or something in this mode, it's just going to be safe at 15 to 20 lumen. And then this mode over here is great when you're out and about at night, walking some trails, doing whatever it is that you need to do. You're going to have access to any level, any light level that you need, and just simple, real easy to do. I'll show you at night how easy that is excuse me, to manipulate that and operate that. It's easy to do with a single hand, one-handed. You can pull this out and get it where you need to be, and the simplicity of knowing that your tactical mode is clockwise to the right, kind of like the Workhos TD07 that I recently reviewed. It's the same setup, same direction, and then you can go counterclockwise, screw into the left to get to duty mode, and then right in the middle. Doesn't take much and doesn't take long to memorize that and achieve where you need to be. There's that round, new round emitter, the SFT-25R. I was having a hard time getting that focused in earlier, and it still isn't real crazy about focusing in on it. But now you can see it, and apparently, according to the experts, because I'm not one, that round emitter is the reason that this is such a good thrower. That's what's helping it reach out there and get so far. There's a lot of information about it out there. I'm not going to misquote any of it. If you want to, go check it out. The other real quick thing I should have been showing you is, if you want to open this thing up, you're not going to gain access at the tail. It does not open up back there. You're going to open it up at the head, and you're going to reveal the included 18650 by Sofirn. Not a bad battery. I always use them, no issues. I never swap them out. I always use what they include with it. I do take them out and charge them in an external charger, just because I'm kind of that way. But I have charged this in the cell, or in the host as well. I've charged the cell in the host, and it hasn't had any issues charging. It's done a fine job. I'm just kind of, I don't know if you'd call it old school, or just I'm set in my ways where I like to put it in my dedicated battery charger at night, and I leave the empty host sitting there, and then the next morning grab the battery, throw it in, and carry on about the day. But anyway, let's get it out in the dark. Now let's get out here in the dark, see what this SK1 can do, and see what it looks like. Looking on camera, you can't really see any spill. All you can see is the hot spot, but there is some spill, decent amount, on this very low setting. We're not going to call it moonlight because it's more like 20 lumen. I wouldn't consider 15 maybe to 20 lumen being moonlight. It's enough to walk this trail out here. I'm not going to put the run times up, since we aren't too sure on their run times, with them saying that it was 2 lumen and being a bit beyond that. I don't want to lead anybody astray. We'll step it up to the next level. That's 30 lumen, looking with the eye, I would say. A little bit more light. I've still got some spill. I'm gonna have that hot spot. And then the next level, I mean, you can definitely see what's going on now. You've got a good bit of distance. You also have a nice amount of spill. You're going to be able to walk some trails look up some trees and see what's climbing around. You never know. You might see an animal. You continue on, going out through these crazy woods of ours. We might even find a place to really open this thing up and see what it can do. That's going to be the same light level that we were at just a second ago when we were on those trails. We're out in the open now. And let's go ahead and step it up. That's the next level. That's going to be considered high. Plenty of throw, plenty of light. Really nice. You can see everything you need to see out there. You can hear those whippoorwills. Look at that spill coming down to the sides there. I like that. Lets you see what you need to see. And we'll go ahead and step it up to turbo. That's the last but not least. There it is. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that you can also access it. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm doing here. I'm switching that rotary, just one hand, and then we're going to go ahead and bump that turbo on momentary. Not bad. If I was to press that till one more click, it's going to go on into strobe. And then I'm going to bring that rotary and show you what that lowest setting looks like. That's in the middle. That's the momentary lowest setting in the middle. Good deal. And back to duty. Back on in turbo where we left it because it has memory. Well, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for watching.